you have a broad perspective with how many businesses you work with. What are some of the main gaps that you see entrepreneurs having when it comes to not first like building the opportunity, but I think more importantly, like communicating the opportunity to that talent market, to young people, so that this isn't such an issue for them? Are there some dots they're not connecting, some skills they don't have, some knowledge gaps that you see that make this particularly challenging?
Yeah, well, the contractor fight is the fight between our ears, and I think everything starts with that. Just how you see yourself. Do I know who I am? Do I know what success looks like to me? One of the biggest things I see people struggle with is they don't get clarity around who they are and what they really want. And I think that's where a lot of this starts. But, tactically speaking, those skills you're talking about, and this, I guess, comes back to your identity as or your role as a business owner. Your number one job is to build your brand and market and sell stuff. And we can put in things like, guide the vision of the company and those types of things, and leadership, which is all there. But I think a lot of people still see themselves as a tradesperson, and they're not playing the long game with what it's going to take to truly build a company that's going to be attractive to recruit people into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This whole idea of make trades cool again came up a ton at this. So I was just at our winter summit last week. We were in Cancun, actually outside of Cancun, we were in Tulum. We had almost 400 people at this amazing event. All entrepreneurs in trades and construction got together. We did a day of strategic planning, had some keynote speakers, some breakouts, just a really, really fun few days. Good mix of business and relaxing time. But this idea you just brought up kind of floated around the conference in conversation after conversation. A few of the speakers brought it up. It's like, how do we make trades cool again? And I wondered if we could maybe just like explore that idea together. Like, what are some of the things that you're talking to your group, your membership about when it comes to this exact idea? Because we do need to right this ship. Like, the buildings need to be built, lawns need to be mowed, things need to be maintained. We, like you said, like try doing anything. Take us away for a few days and see what happens. Like we do need to sort of like, increase supply so that it meets demand, which is going up. Do you have thoughts on this that your group finds really resonant with them?
Yeah, probably the most common thing that comes out of my mouth and our coaching team's mouth is the importance of being the example as the leader of your business. Would you want to work for you? Would you want to hang out with you? Would you want the life that you have as a contractor? That's why we spend so much time in the fight on relationships and your marriage. Our events, spouses are half price because we believe it's that important for your spouse to be there with you if they choose to be. And that's why, you'll see if you go follow me on Instagram or anything like that, most of my posts, there's a lot of business stuff there, but there's a ton of stuff about my life and my marriage with the Queen, and just, how we choose to show up and our health. And I didn't want to go, if I reverse engineer this all the way back to why I didn't want to go into the trades, I saw crappy examples of what it meant to be in the trades. And so I'm always in people's grill about this, going, you need to be the example, because you're going to attract what you are and who you are. And so I think a lot of people, they set these goals and they want to build a company, but they overlook the importance of that personal example and showing up consistently in just with excellence in everything that you do. And that's not the typical connotation somebody has when they think of a contractor. They think of somebody who's out of shape, who's undisciplined, doesn't have any money, they're unreliable, and all these different things. So you want to attract better people for your business, be the example. You want to attract better clients, be the example.
I think that example thing is really powerful. So what you just said, is changing very, very quickly. I don't think that notion in the mind's eye of society is lasting very long. You know, on the note of examples, my granddad, Pete, like brilliant guy, like, you know, very, very, very smart, very skilled carpenter, like an engineer's mind, although untrained, really struggled with addiction his whole life. You know, one of the things we always remember for this guy was so genius. He literally drew up, this is before AutoCAD, drew up the schematics for an ice sailor and built these. There's 3 of them. I actually still have them. They exist still. They could sail across ice. So just like a really brilliant mind, but was never able to channel it into anything. You know what I mean? Like, worked on a gravel pit for many years, worked odd jobs, struggled with alcohol, felt a lot of shame about it, ended up with dementia. And you know, we obviously supported him, and I was there when he passed away, but died impoverished. You know what I mean? Like that's the archetypal old school contractor sort of story. Yeah. And what I find exciting about 2023, the time that we're in right now, is there's this huge swing to the other direction where you have, you know, men and women who are building their business, building themselves. They're using that business to fund real estate deals. They're using those real estate deals to fund new businesses. We're going from this sort of like tired and dirty and poor version to like the complete opposite, really interesting, dynamic, growing businesses that I think is just, and I don't know, it's an exciting thing to bear witness to. Listen, if you like that clip, you can watch the full episode by clicking here. If you're not yet subscribed, you probably should be, and you can do that by clicking right here.